Hi guys, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Aska Akinyi. A very warm welcome to this channel. Guys, if you're new, karibu tena sana. If you're coming back again, thank you so much guys for coming back again. I don't take it for granted. Nawapenda tena sana. Thank you for your likes, your comments. Thank you for your support. You guys have been amazing. Thank you for helping a girl's dream come true. The way you guys have just been supporting me ever since I started this thing is amazing. So guys, today we are here again with Talk to Me Mama Show. Yes, we are back again, bigger and better. And you guys are gonna hear so many good things together. So guys, in today's video, I just want to talk about it's in line with motherhood. Yes. So I want to share with you my admission at Kenyatta Hospital when I was admitted with a young baby. Yeah, and the things that I learned and the things that guys, you mothers have just encountered with your babies and all that. We are here to make it happen. We are here to help each other. Like, we are here to just share the experiences so that when someone meets something like that, like, you know, get stressed so much, like you just have this courage to push it over. So guys, grab that cup of tea. Let's do this. Watch this video till the end so that we can help each other up in between to answer some few questions. Guys, nawapenda tena sana. So yes, let's go to it. So guys, this my story. It's all about my baby and how sometimes we mothers, sometimes we don't know. Yeah, someone can be like, maybe you have assumed or anything like that, but you can't really know until you just take your child to the hospital. Like, we love self-medicating so much and it can cost us a lot. Like, self-medication, I think self-medication to young children is not the in thing. There are so many things that I want to talk about that maybe you have had that experience of me, or maybe you are going to encounter such experience, or even maybe you won't encounter such experience, but there is somebody that is close to you that has ever encountered that, so it's gonna give you strength and all that. So I remember there was a time, like, my you know, this teething, like teething comes with so much. Like, the child can have headache, like the child can have fevers and all that. So if it's just teething, we tend to be like, it is just teething. Like, you'll just give your child some paracetamols and all that. So this was my story on how I got myself to Kenyatta Hospital. It was on like 4 days ago, before my baby was so sick. She was not feeling well actually. And I was like, maybe it was just fever, and I was like, my baby is just teething. I didn't even realize that my baby was sick. I know that this was just teething and all that. So when that thing persisted, like, you give them paracetamol. I was giving her paracetamol and the fever was not even going down, and I was like, oh my god, what am I going to do? So when it reached in the morning, when the fever just persisted, I was like, this baby is not okay. Even the dad told me that I don't think if this is now teething. And I was like, okay. So I just took the baby that morning and I went to the hospital so that they can tell me what is happening to the baby. Pal, mchukue mkae naye kwa bedroom. So I was wondering what was happening to the baby. So when I went to the hospital, first of all, there was a hospital I went to and I didn't get help. Then I went to Gertrude's hospital, and in Gertrude's, I think I got some slight help. So when I went there, her fever was so high. They tried to control the fever and all that. So they took the blood test and they tested all the things that they had to test. And then they found her ill. She had low platelets, like she had severe malaria and then severe anemia. Yes, by then it wasn't, they just wrote their anemia. They didn't even write severe anemia when we were in Gertrude's. So that doctor, you know, in Gertrude it's very expensive, by the way. So that doctor told us, the way the child has malaria, we need to admit the child. And then we were like, oh my god, you can just imagine if outpatient is that expensive in Gertrude. So what about admission? It's gonna be way expensive, and we were using cash. So we opted, we told the pediatric was kind enough. He referred us to a government hospital. He told us that I'm going to refer you to a government hospital, which is going to be less cheaper. But again, she wrote us all the medicine and all that. And what she told us was that you're just going to give the baby this medicine. If the baby doesn't vomit, the baby is okay. You can just go home, try to give her greens and those kind of things that will boost her blood. Of course, it is malaria that makes the blood levels to go down. Yeah, so that was what happened. Then we were just there for 30 minutes. Yes, thank God the baby did not puke the medicine. But this doctor was like, hey, the way the fever of the child is so high, I think we just need to admit. So we agreed, and then the doctor told us that she's going to refer us to a hospital that is going to be better. Yeah, even if you're using cash. But then even we didn't even put the baby to NHIF, but that day we did that thing that day. So when we went to, there is a very nice hospital at Korogosho, Kenyatta National Hospital, Children's Hospital. It's just specifically for children. That was the day that I knew that thing. There is a KNH Children's Hospital at Korogosho. So we went there to Korogosho. When we reached Korogosho, this was what happened. When the admission doctor came and looked at the results, this doctor was like, no, the way these results are, this baby needs blood. Like when the doctor was looking at the platelets, he was telling us the way the platelets were so low, he will do some injection. You see that the injections za kupitisha dawa, like he was like, when we do that, there will be backflow, and there's no way we're going to stop the backflow because the platelets are low, and then the blood is not going to clot. Like all those chemistry, all those sciences. Yeah. So that was the explanation. Then this doctor was like, I need to refer you to Kenyatta National Hospital, the main one, because there is where there is a lot of bank blood. So this baby, where you have come from, they have not told you that this baby need blood. They've just given you the medicine and they have released you. So that was one point that I noticed. So we tried to ask that doctor. I personally tried to ask that doctor, so why would she be added blood? And then that was the explanation. And then he was like, this is a government hospital, so we cannot just tell you we want to admit you, we want to add you blood, and we want your money. No, it is because we are seeing that this is what the child needs. So I was like, Mbona, why was Gertrude's hospital didn't tell us that this baby needs blood transfusion, this baby's condition was so serious and all that? That was one question that I had to ask myself, but I think it was because we told them that we don't have money. I don't know, maybe if that was the case. So when we reached there, they gave us a vehicle that will take us to Kenyatta National Hospital. So when we reached there, let me tell you one thing. When you're referred to Kenyatta Hospital, this is one thing you're going to encounter. When you enter Kenyatta Hospital with a referral letter, they are not going to take it seriously, most especially if it's referral from other hospital. They be like, these ones are the people for referral hospitals and all that. Like they will make your life so hard because they are like, Kwani the hospital that you are from cannot treat this disease. Why have you been referred? Why have you blah blah blah? So when they looked that this was their hospital that referred me, so they slightly took it serious, and then they were like, they wanted me to do the tests afresh. So I was like, oh my god, the way we have spent money again, these are the tests. See, they just use these tests, but they refused. Because in the first place, they say if the HB was 9, so they told me if the HB was 9 and the baby is taking the medicines so well, then the baby can just go home and continue taking those medicine. But when I was going out, there was one doctor that called me, and that doctor told me, Mama, let us do this test first so that you can be satisfied. And then we did the tests again. So when we did the test again, the HB that was 9 turned to 6. And it turned out to be severe anemia. And they didn't even ask me anything, by the way. They told me the baby is in a bad condition. We are going to stop those medicine. They are not of help in this condition. Stop the medicine, because even if you take the medicines, they will not help. The baby need an injection. So they gave her the first shot of injection, and that was it. So after I've just filed the files and all that, so we were admitted. And the baby got injections, and that was how I stopped those other medicine, because they told me at the moment those medicines are not going to help us. So they started their own things afresh. So even if you're referred, like you're from another hospital, you're carrying your medicines and all that, when you go to KNH, those things, they won't count, by the way. You'll just start everything afresh. They do their own things afresh. I think that one is so professional. At the first time I was like, so why would they, because this one is another hospital, it's just people that have learned, they are learned like them. So but I was like, maybe in case there was misdiagnosis, they will be accountable for, because they will be asked, did you do it? So that was one thing that they did. So when I went to now the wards, this one was the first shock that I got, guys. By the way, I got the shock of my life. And the first shock that I got, you know, when you just go there and then you're admitted and all that, so they just show you, this is the bathroom, this is where you're going to, wherever, these meals are served like this and this and this. So they don't tell you things into detail, by the way. If you haven't been admitted to a public hospital, this information is going to help you. Yeah, so when they told me general hospital, I just say I want general, and I went to general. After admission, now I was going to the toilet, and that was my first shock, by the way. I expected that I'm going to find tissue inside the toilet. Oh my god, I didn't find, by the way. I didn't find, by the way, and I was like, oh my god. I asked that cleaning mama over there, where are the tissues? And that mama was like, no, here we don't come, here you carry your own tissue. So I was like, oh my god, I didn't have an idea about this. So okay, I had like a small tissue in my bag, so I just went to my bag, I took the tissue, and then I went to pee. So when I came back, I think these people, they admitted us, and then the beds, let me tell you, when you go to general hospital, the beds, like you're going to take your child, this is the shock that you're going to get. You're going to get the baby cots. Their beds are baby cots, by the way. So you're going to sleep there with your child and all that. And then in KNH, they will just tell you that KNH haijawaija. So they consider the babies first. You mothers, you are healthy, you are so well, mtajipanga hadi watoto wapone. So that was it. That was another shock that I found. Like the beds were so small, like they were baby cots. Have you ever slept in a baby cot with your child? They are baby cots. So that was another experience that I got there when I went to KNH. So the people were so loving. I think what I loved most that I'm going to share with you in the part 2 of this story is the vibe that mothers had. Actually, they were so cool, they were so kind. Like mothers are so kind out here. Like I think that when you just share a common problem, you just become friends, and everybody is just this cool, everybody is good. So the vibe that I got when I was just admitted, it was so nice. Like mothers were so, they were so kind, they were so friendly, and then they will be like, hapa mahali takufinya, let's try kuweka hizi vitu so that ikufinye ulale comfortable na mtoto and all that. And they will just tell you your baby is gonna be fine. Remember, the people that are telling you your baby is gonna be fine, my friend, are the people whose children are sick. And then I remember the other thing that I didn't tell you. Like I was crying, Kwanza when I was heading to get it, I was crying, like, and I was just like, oh my god, my baby is sick. When I was told that my baby is having anemia, he needs blood transfusion, I was really crying, and I was like, oh my god, what is this? What is this that I'm just hearing? When I reached Kenyatta Hospital, my friend, I didn't even cry. I was like, this is understatement. Like I saw sick kids. And I was like, why would I even dare cry here? Because people will be like, what are you crying for? What are you crying for? Your baby is not even like... Of course, me, I was feeling like my baby was in a critical condition, but some mothers had so much critical condition that you cannot even dare cry, by the way. You leave your cry at that gate, KNH gate, if you're crying. So I think that was one thing that just made me strong. Like I was seeing like mothers whose children are very sick, they will tell me everything is gonna be okay and all that. So when it was in the morning came. And when it was in the morning, food was just served, and I didn't know. Like by the one was the last time I was admitted in public hospital. I don't remember. Like Pearl, I gave birth to Pearl in a public hospital, but I just went at night. And by the following day, I was out. By around 1, I was discharged. And I remember I was not the one even who could buy the basins and all that. It was my sister who did that for me. So I didn't even have an idea. Like I was in pain. I couldn't even know that when you go into admission in a public hospital, you need to have those things. So that was what happened to me. I didn't know. So when it reached in the morning, when I wanted to serve, like, people were so kind enough inside there, like they will tell you, here tunakuanga na vikombe, we give out the cups, they'll give you out the spoon and all that, the things that you just need. People are so kind enough, they will share with you before you get your own. So I got another shock, but that is how you serve food and all that. So guys, thank you so much. I don't want this video to be very, very long, so in the next video we are going to share the part 2 of the experiences and how things are going on when your child is sick, and how mothers are taking it and how doctors are taking it at KNH. Guys, nawapenda tena sana. We are going to continue with part 2 of this immediately after this. I don't want this video to be long, guys. So far so good. So guys, mothers, like even fathers, these days there are even fathers that are mothers, or even there are fathers that are there with their kids, they care. So sometimes self-medication is not just right. Go to the hospital. And I would really, okay, earlier on I used to see my mom saying that when you are pregnant and when you have a small baby, please normalize on going to public hospitals. Yes, with public hospitals, they are so slow. Like, things are so slow, but I'm going to assure you that things are sure. Yeah, they are slow, but they are sure of what they are doing. But normalize on public hospital, because they will tell you the in thing that is happening to you. They're not after your money, by the way. They're after treating you. As much as they are slow, I think they are slow because also there's a lot of traffic. And then they are, I don't know, I think that is why there's a lot of traffic and all that. But they know what they are doing. So if you have a small kid, I don't know, but it's good to normalize on the government hospitals. They are doing an amazing job, because one thing I realize with the private hospital, of course they will treat you, but they are after your money. Yeah, they are after your money. They will treat you, yes, but they are after that cash that you have. So if they tell you something, sometimes you cannot even trust it, because they're after your money, most especially when they see you have maybe insurance card. So they just want to squander that insurance card, all of it. And that is not right. I think that is not right. When you just misdiagnose, or when you just go to a facility, you just look to someone without physical examination, I think that is not right. You have to be examined. When you are taking your child to the hospital, please make sure they examine, because that was not the first time I took Louis to the hospital. There was a time I took her to the hospital, and I explained to the doctor the things that was happening to her. And then this doctor was just writing things down, because I was using insurance. This doctor was just writing things down and all that. So he didn't even examine her physically. So I think physical examination and tests are very important, because maybe you cannot just write without examining someone. I think that is not right. I think that was the root cause where this malaria got to a severe point, and I didn't know, guys, and I didn't know. So when you're a mother, when you're a parent, be very careful when you're handling your children. Be very careful, be very observant. They always say that the first thing to know a sickness of a person is observation. That is why as a mom, you need to be very close to your children. Even if you have a nanny, make sure that the nanny tells you every step of your child, even the pees, even the pukes, everything that is going on with the life of your child, because that is the first thing that you need to know. Observation method. Like, you observe this baby was eating. Right now, suddenly this baby has refused to eat. This baby was doing this, and this baby was playing well. You can see the play, imerudi chini and all that. That is how you can able to know that if something is wrong with your baby. But if you're far, you are not going to be observant. So if you have a nanny, kindly make sure you ask your nanny the things that are happening to your baby. Did he play as normal? Did he eat as normal? How was her fever? How was her temperature? Is everything okay? How did she behave? Like, all those things, you need to put them down, because it is because of those things that your baby is going to be helped. Like, mtu atajua if your baby is not feeling well or anything like that. So guys, thank you so much. God bless you. Nawapenda tena sana. We are going to continue with this part 2 of the experiences at Kenyatta National Hospital. And guys, right now I'm at home. My baby is progressing well, and I thank God. And I just want to give you hope. I just want to give you morale that we can do this as mothers. Yes, these challenges come and they go, but if you see such a challenge, guys, just run to the hospital. You'll rather go to the hospital than self-medicate. You'll rather go to the hospital. Even if you don't have money, please run to a public hospital. You're going to get help. Yeah, we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to also talk about the importance of NHIF, guys. We're going to talk about all this insurance importance in the next video. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening to me. God bless you. Nawapenda tena sana kama kawaida, and kindly remember to subscribe, like, comment and share. Bye bye.